What's up, everybody? Playing some Vanguard this time, just cause I don't really feel like playing Minecraft today, and I still wanted to make a commentary on this story that I have. So if y'all don't know, I do work at a grocery store in the middle of an Indian reservation, and it is just a hub for wild fucking things going on. I can't go a day without something weird happening. Anyways, so within the town, there is a guy. He's ex-Marines, I believe, is what it was. He was ex-military at least, but he's dishonorable discharge for alcoholism. So they gave him the boot, and hold up. I'm sorry, I need to sweat for this guy. Anyways, they kicked him out for alcoholism, and so since then he's roamed the town basically, just getting into all wild mischief.
Nearby hostiles.
And his favorite thing to do is come to the store, try to buy beer, and yeah, it just keeps the cycle going. But he's been arrested like 30 times prior to this, and he's been banned from the store way more times. Because he would come in, harass customers, start a scene. And yeah, not pleasant when there's a store full of children. So anyways, I clock in, everything's going normal, first half of the shift fine. I go out to get carts, and my coworker there, she walks past him to go grab one of the carts. I follow right behind her. She passes Wesley, that's his name, passes Wesley, doesn't care. The second I walk past him, holy fuck did I piss him off. He just started screaming at me. Between the random drunk mumbo jumbo I got, choose a better career. He said something about sex workers, and then retire retard. So yeah, that was interesting. He's still trying to say a bunch of stuff as I'm walking back into the store, and I just told him, yeah man, whatever. Think nothing of it, go ahead and say. So I went up to the customer service and I said, hey, drunk asshole out there. Oh yeah, that's just Wesley. Now keep in mind, I didn't know who Wesley was before all this. I heard the stories from my coworkers who had to ban him and kick him out. But prior to that, never met the dude. And there he is, screaming at me. But anyways, the night manager, she calls the cops, and they show up. They're talking to him. They have 2 units, one in a Ford Taurus and one in a Explorer. And they're talking to him. They sent him on his way, told him to beat it. He takes off on his bike. Alright, nothing much. The one cop comes over to me and tells me if he comes back, just call him again and they'll arrest him for trespass. Because obviously we didn't want him there. So, okay, yeah, thanks, appreciate you coming out, dealing with him. And that was that for a half hour. And sure enough, he comes riding back in. And I see him, I say, hey, he's back. We should call the cops. And so night manager calls the cops. Now beside the store there's like a tiny ice cream parlor, and it's a giant ass parking lot that we share. And he went over trying to hide inside the ice cream parlor's side of the parking lot on their benches. So cops show up and we're all pointing, yeah, he's over there, go get him please. They go over, cuff him. He starts waddling back to the patrol car, leans over the hood of the car and starts beating his fucking head on it. And they're like, shit man, stop, knock it off. Because obviously they don't want to get him hurt and delay everything more.
Ready for you.
Wow, that was nice. So they haul him to the station, and we're talking to the one officer. Oh, I forget his fucking name now. Carlson, Officer Carlson. We're talking to him. He's in his car, and we're talking to him. And then the manager's like, yeah, he was screaming at Tim here. And so I tell him, yeah, he told me choose better career, something about sex workers, and told me to said retire, retard. Okay, yeah, yeah. The officer said, well, I don't think it's his space to be telling someone to choose a better career when this is what he's doing. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm planning Sharps Academy. He's like, that's better than alcoholism. So that we thought would be the end of all this. Nope. Thanks to my state's bail reforms, that motherfucker got released on an appearance ticket. And you know how long that took him to show back up? 1 fucking hour. And he had to walk halfway across town from the police station to the ice cream parlor where his bike was left because the cops didn't want to haul it with him. And so he walked all the way back to the ice cream parlor, got his shit, and rode right back into behind the store. And behind the store we have like crushed plastic bottle bags because we have a redemption thing, redemption machines. And he's sitting on them eating Fritos. I wouldn't say trying to not be a menace, but it's fucking Wesley. He's gonna be a fucking menace.
Got him on their heels.
Anyways, he sits out back for like a half hour eating those fucking Cheetos, and it starts pouring rain outside. It was like nice all day, and then all of a sudden it just started pouring. And so he wanders his ass all the way to the front of the store. No bike, he leaves his bike back there. And then he says, hey, call the cops, I need a ride.
Today,
Hold up a second.
Go get some chow.
Good game. He said call the cops. Walks into the store even farther and tries to steal a fucking Slim Jim. And we're all following him around, telling him to get the fuck out. The cops are on the way. And yeah, he gracefully drops the meat stick. Anyways, he gracefully drops his meat stick, walks back out of the store, and just sits out in the bottle room. And the same officer Carlson, rolls on up. He's like, where is he? We all point into the bottle room.
Team deathmatch.
He says, alright, Wes, you're heading back to the station. You're under arrest again. I shit you not. Wes says, oh, for what? Oh, he's gonna keep taking my gun. Yeah, he says, for what? And he says, come on. And then he got arrested. And that was the end of it for that night. The next day, I clock back in and they say, yeah, Wes is back on the town. He got released. 10 a.m. Another appearance ticket. I knew that was gonna happen. Another appearance ticket. But they were originally gonna let him go that night. But he apparently was doing some shit in his cell, and they held him overnight to cool off because he was drunk and high after all that was determined. This guy keeps using
planes all set. Go
all the
get 'em.
Armaguerra. But yeah, that was the whole Wesley situation. But even when it's sad to see, because if he's sober, he's like pleasant to deal with. Like he can hold a conversation. He's not a begrudging asshole. He's just another dude. But he can't go around screaming shit like that when there's kids around. But anyways, he has a lengthy rap sheet with the police. One instance he was caught taking a piss on the mailbox outside the store, and a grandma and her grandchild reported it, and that was not nice. And Wesley's whole thing with the police is he likes to shit himself inside the cruisers after he's been arrested. He wastes himself. He relieves everything.
Gun mission ready. Find the bug.
So they always send the junkiest cruisers out after him.
Bloodthirsty.
And another thing is, he is fucking strong. He may be 57,
Keep the
but
momentum.
that fucker is strong. It takes, when he resists arrest, it takes 5 cops just to tie him down. He's gonna steal my gun. But yeah, we love Wesley. And then the next day at work, there was a whole ass fight that just about to break out. Oh wow, that was quick. Good
You
game.
fellas make it look easy.
Anyways, there's just about a whole ass
Team
brawl that
deathmatch.
was about to break
Take out all enemies.
and it was gonna be 5 customers versus our 1 cashier, and it was gonna be all over tinfoil because our town high substance abuse numbers and heroin and meth heads, they steal tinfoil strips to cook up, and what they do is they open up a pack of tinfoil, take their little strip, and waste the rest. They just toss the rest of the roll behind the shelf and call it a day, which understandably cuts into profits eventually, even though we're just barely breaking even. So what we do is we put out a already open roll on a coat hanger and let them take off of it. And he fucking left. We let him take off of it, and customers didn't like it. They said it was promoting drug usage, which I understand their argument, but when you go and shove our cashier into a shelf, that crosses the line. And so the cops got called, and yeah, that was it. They got cops
You'd be
called,
proud
pulled the
today,
security camera
lads.
footage,
Go
and
get some chow.
they're all gonna get arrested. They're all gonna be talked to. The one that's pushed her is gonna get an assault charge. And yeah, that's what happens. Anyway, see ya.